So item number 3 is the election of the mayor for the term upcoming this first Tuesday in December 2021 to the next first Tuesday in December 2022. And so I will go prior to taking nominations from any members of our council. I do not see any attendees with their hands raised. And so I thank the public for that with regard to adhering. Although I do see one hand raised. And so we'll reiterate the procedure. Let's go ahead, and again, in the interest of time, let's go ahead and have video limited to, actually that hand has now gone down. And so I was gonna say, let's take it to 2 minutes, but let's give it another moment. I don't see the hands raised. And so let me go ahead and bring it to Council Vice Mayor Chao. You have your hand raised. Would you like to make a nomination for mayor in this upcoming term of 1 year? And Vice Mayor Chao, you'll need to unmute your.
Okay, so I'd like to nominate Darcy Paul to be the mayor next year again. I have my, should I say my reasons now, or should I get a second first and then?
That's up to you. Let's see if there is a second for this.
Okay, let me just finish my statement then.
Okay.
I think Darcy has been effective in running the meetings, as you can see, and even when we are short on time, Darcy does slow down to allow time for all the council members to deliberate when it's necessary and when we disagree. We have all improved as a body to run effective meetings. Darcy's tremendous effort has led to successful hire of the current city attorney and our current interim city manager and the new city manager in a tough year for recruiting. Throughout the year, Darcy has taken the time to encourage all the council members to attend many community events. We are still in the middle of the pandemic and experiencing this area-wide higher rate of staff turnover, in addition to the already starting and coming retirement wave. I think we need stability for the city at this time. In my mind, diversity in leadership is not skin deep. It's not just about whether women should be leaders or men. After we interviewed a diverse pool of candidates, we did hire 2 white males for city attorney and our new city manager starting in January. But we have found out City Attorney Chris Jensen is not only knowledgeable, but he's also patient in finding out the best way to protect the city and address the residents' concerns. Diversity in leadership is not about checking what percentage of this group or that group is proportional to some target in numbers. Male leaders who listen and value the inputs of colleagues are even better than leaders of any gender who are dismissive of others' concerns and play politics to divide us. And I believe this Cupertino has did our best to find the best city attorney and city manager that meets the need of Cupertino at this time. And diversity in leadership means that we value diverse opinions we each bring in from our diverse background, and we reach out to others to seek out more diverse perspectives where we might lack. And Darcy has shown his leadership in this also. I did have my own aspiration to become mayor next year, of course, and some of my friends told me they will be very disappointed if I don't go for mayor. And I was looking forward to doing more to serve the community. But after all, we are deciding who would be the best mayor to lead Cupertino in the year 2022. And at this time, I am confident Darcy will serve Cupertino well and better next year. And I'm looking forward to another year under his effective leadership his effective and thoughtful and collaborative leadership. Thank you.
Thank you, Vice Mayor. That's very kind. Councilmember Willie, did you want to second the motion?
I am so happy to second it. Am I able to take a couple minutes for comments there, or should we?
Oh, sure. Yeah, we can. Yeah.
I definitely am so in debt to the service that Mayor Paul has done for this city. The demands on time for all these important decisions, interim city manager, the city manager replacement, new city attorney process for the city. Just tonight, we're only a few minutes into the meeting and coming up with the plan for the engagement and having a way to do that. Wow, you know, why didn't we all think of these things? Well, it just, to me, really speaks to how well Mayor Paul is in this type of a position, and for you to be able to offer another year's worth of that that process for this community, I think really serves the community well. So I definitely support that, second it with a great big yes. Thank you.
Well, thank you, Councilmember Willie. And I will note, you know, if we wanted to have any discussion, I see Councilmember Moore has her hand raised, and let me just make a few brief remarks here. I'm really flattered by the nomination in the second. I just want to be completely candid. I was really quite looking forward to my 8th year on council as a transitional period. But when I realized that, you know, we really are as a city confronted with a number of things that have been set into motion, right? I mean, completely, I think sideswiping us, frankly, you know, there's really no other way to describe it in the middle of the year. You know, we had a sudden retirement from the position by our prior city manager, precipitated by something that, you know, when I trace the actual cause of it, you know, I just have to scratch my head and think, you know, this has to be democratic process, right? But at the end of the day, even though people are, you know, are allowed within the process to kind of, you know, make these sideways, you know, attacks, and in this case, you know, prompt HCD to, you know, send an inquiry into Deb in this very nondescript email, which she, you know, just happened to miss, frankly. I mean, it was one of these things that made me realize that, you know, the experience and the stability is so extremely important right now. I mean, that launched us into a bit of a 1 month, I don't want to call it a spiral, you know, but the fact that that happened as a result of, you know, people trying to attack our work, which over time has been balanced, and we've always, you know, especially in these last 7 years, you know, allocated in good faith for projects that we felt would be built. I mean, and to have it kind of, you know, culminate in that, it has just made me realize in this last half year, you know, our city needs the stability of leadership that has been able to respond. And it's not a single person, it's a team. It's the fact that every single one of us, you know, sat in community hall and we cared enough in the middle of all of this to go past midnight, you know, in one of these discussion, you know, sessions, in order to make sure that we were finding the right person for the future of Cupertino. And, you know, I'm convinced that that person was selected, was provided the offer, and is starting with us on January 3rd. But at the same time, I mean, I think I'm just very hesitant to disrupt the structure of the team that we've put forth. And these are very transient periods of time, right? Because at the end of the day, you know, any number of public elements, you know, whether it's the people that work for the city, whether the people that are applying for applications from the city, they look outside in and they go, you know, at the very most, you have 2 years of stability on a city council, okay? And so a lot of times they make calculations and go, well, we can basically wait this out. we can't afford to wait this out. I don't think we can, because we've had turnover in the city attorney's position, which I will also say was precipitated by these sideways attacks, but has, magnificently and almost shockingly, resulted in a situation where we have fantastic personnel. We have really great prospects with regard to, who's helming our legal issue, who has been helming us on an interim basis from the city managerial position, and who will in approximately another month on a permanent basis going forward. But that didn't all just kind of happen by accident. And I think for this relatively transient period of time, we started in 1955, so this is our 66th year. For this 1 year out of 67, I think let's try to keep it stable. And that's why, when I look at the time commitment from family, and I'm just so appreciative of, my direct family members, my wife Sharon, and, my children Allison and Annabelle. Annabelle was born, right before I got elected. And so she's never had that kind of full sort of daddy, experience. And Allison was 2 at the time. And so I can appreciate the difference between being available without having the bandwidth for the community. And I'll tell you, it's very painful, but intrinsically you have to love it. You absolutely have to love the process, and the fact that you're getting attacked left and right, from certain sectors of the community at various times, some consistently all the time, but it's all part of the process, and almost miraculously it's brought us to this point. So when I think about it and I go, it's been 7 years, there's all that contribution and opportunity costs, but then I think about the interactions that we've had. I think about the team that we've built over the course of the last year, and thinking about being able to mobilize in literally 3 weeks, and then going through interim city manager interviews, and then kind of scratching our heads and going, okay, well, there's this new guy, Greg Larson. It's a Saturday. Let's bring him on Sunday the next day. And wow, he's starting on Wednesday, right? We managed to deliver that. And that was just a tip of an iceberg with regard to our process. Now we have a brand new person. And I think that, really for the continuity and the stability of the city, and to keep our track record going, I'm willing to accept the nomination. It's with gratitude and with a sense that, our prospects going forward are really fantastic. Our team has made it such. So thank you. I'm very honored by it. And, at the end of this, we'll see what the will of the council is. But, as for my part, I really appreciate the show of confidence. I don't see further hands raised at this point. Councilmember Wei, you just raised your hand? Did you want to make a comment?
Yes, I would like to, Mayor Paul. I agree with everything Vice Mayor Chao says and Councilmember Willie says. But I look at the history of our mayorship. We have Mayor Paul, and then Mayor Sharp, and Mayor Paul. Can I have Mayor Paul again? I have no objection to that. But I have full confidence that every one of us that's being elected by our constituents, our residents, can do a good job as a mayor. And I really would like to nominate Vice Mayor because she's elected 2018 with the second highest votes. This is her it is her last year in her first term. And she hasn't been a mayor yet. She's been Vice Mayor twice. And in my heart, I believe she can do as good a job, maybe, not as mayor, I don't know, maybe, given the opportunities, I'm pretty sure she can perform. Mayor Paul, I have no objection. Everything Vice Mayor says, everything you've done and bring the leadership to our city council, to us. And, we elected, our interim city manager 5-0, our city attorney 5-0, our incoming city manager 5-0. So we do have a very good council that we can compromise and negotiate and collaborate and do a good job. And given the opportunities, I believe every one of us can be a good vice mayor and good mayor. So I just feel that it is Vice Mayor Chao's turn. I was going to nominate her, but she nominated you. So I will respect her nomination. But I'm just saying that I feel that, she could do as good a job as anybody, and given the opportunities, each one of us could really perform. And so that's just my comment.
Thank you, Councilmember White. And I absolutely echo what you said. I think we're just so fortunate as a community and as a council that literally any one of the five of us could, serve in a great capacity as mayor or vice mayor. And also, like I've been saying over the course of the evening, we have fantastic staff. And, ultimately, when you have a situation where perhaps there aren't as many, council members that could take on the role, quite as fastidiously as each and every one of us could. There are, vacuums that are filled ultimately. And Cupertino staff over time has done that really well. And so, I absolutely agree with what you're saying, Councilmember White. I think every one of us could do a good job. For my part, I'm happy to take the 7 years of institutional experience and apply it at this time, if that's the will of the council. But I absolutely agree. Vice Mayor Chao did a fantastic job, as would each and every one of the council members. Councilmember Moore.
I want to echo my support of having Mayor Paul continue. I will not mention Mayor Paul's educational achievements vis-a-vis the tremendous salary we pay him. Begin with that. Mayor Paul has done an amazing and exemplary job steering the city of Cupertino's ship through this year of change. And with the hiring of our new city attorney, interim city manager, and our new city manager, it will definitely be a huge benefit to our community and to our new staff leadership to have Mayor Paul, with his many, many years leading the city from Parks and Rec Commissioner, to continue on in leadership. And it will be very fitting for Mayor Paul to open the new library expansion next year, which he has worked so hard for over many years, and he is completely deserving of being one of the few mayors of Cupertino to serve 3 terms. Thank you.
Oh, thank you so much, Councilmember Moore. So let me refer to our city attorney. I think through Councilmember Way's comment, I think you did put forth a nomination. I'm not sure if we would need to vote on that first, although I don't think there was a second to the nomination. So let me check in with our city attorney. Would nominations in this context work similarly to motions with regard to what gets voted on first?
I believe it would. I'm not sure. I think I would want clarification from Councilmember Way as to whether she was putting forward a nomination, and then we would need a second to vote on it as well.
Okay, Councilmember Way.
Yes, sorry, I didn't explain it clearly. I did not actually make a nomination because I said I wish I could, because I want to honor Vice Mayor Chao's nomination of you. So that I think that made very clear that I did not really make the nomination.
Understood. Okay. Well, thank you, Councilmember Way. Appreciated. So we have the nomination and a second on the table. I don't see any further hands raised. So let us go ahead and conduct the roll call vote on that. Madam City Clerk.
Councilmember Moore.
Aye.
Councilmember Way.
I'm going to abstain from it to honor Vice Mayor Chao.
Councilmember Willie.
Aye.
Vice Mayor Chao.
Aye.
Mayor Paul.
Aye. Thank you.
Motion carries with Way abstaining.
Okay. Thank you very much. We are on to item number 4, which is the election of the vice mayor. I do see a member of the public has a hand raised, and so I'll go with the same direction with regard to our past practice. However, I think I might be running into a technical difficulty. When I go to my attendees tab, I can't see which member of the public has a hand raised. And so can somebody let me know if someone is able to push on their tab? Okay.
Peggy Griffin.
No, Peggy Griffin. Okay. Very good, Peggy. You'll have 2 minutes for this, and I'll remind the other members of the public, you'll need to have your hand raised on Zoom prior to Peggy concluding in order to speak on this item number 4. Welcome, Peggy.
Good evening. I'd like to recommend Vice Mayor Liang Chao as Vice Mayor again, but taking on much more regular responsibilities as Vice Mayor. As this is Darcy Paul's last year in office, it is critical that he delegate more of his vice mayor and to his vice mayor. His ability to pass on his strength, leadership skills, and techniques will be a contribution from him that will last far beyond his term in office. Vice Mayor Chao has been a tremendous asset to our city council. She continually comes prepared, asks the hard questions, and analyzes the data in detail. Our city is lucky to have her willing to serve our city. And I'd like to see her serve as vice mayor with more responsibilities. Thank you.
Thank you, Peggy. And that concludes our public commentary on this item. I would like to take a prerogative and go ahead and nominate Vice Mayor Chao for vice mayor. I don't have extensive remarks, but I would like to reiterate what I've stated in the past. I think Vice Mayor Chao is absolutely brilliant. And I think that with regard to a lot of what she has brought to our community, it often gets lost. And I think that with regard to the work that she puts in and looking at a lot of the details for some of these items, oftentimes there is a point of observation that only Vice Mayor Chao has seen. And with respect to being able to make sure that we're being able to transfer knowledge and best practices, I am absolutely dedicated to making sure that each and every one of our council members lives up to that standard that was set forth by Councilmember Way in terms of saying that each and every one of us can serve in a fantastic capacity in any of the positions on our council, including the mayor and vice mayor. And with regard to being able to communicate some of these mechanics, I would only respond for the rest of what I'd like to state here, that Vice Mayor Chao, as is true with every one of our council members, but particularly with Vice Mayor Chao, I noticed this a couple of years ago when we were looking at our commissions and committees and realizing that they were all on different calendaring, timing with regard to selecting what they were working on. And there were other issues, and we're not going to delve into this in a negative fashion. It's an ongoing, work in progress. But with respect to being able to sit down with Vice Mayor Chao and Katie Nomura, who's now our acting deputy city manager, and just start a conversation and start a process where we're all working together to take an administrative function, a very critically important administrative function, because these are our advisory commissions and committees, and figure out a way to fix some of the major problems, which were basically the fact that the council, even though it appoints every single one of the positions in these commissions and committees, was not working in synchrony. It's not even about lockstep. It's about working in concert with regard to setting the agenda and work plan. And so that has been such a critical function. I fully expect that type of work. And, honestly, every single council member has that kind of an experience. And with regard to working with one other council member on some of these issues that get brought forth. But, particularly with Vice Mayor Chao, I was so impressed by how, this is so far reaching, affecting every aspect of our city, as well as our representation and how we, take in public input. I realized that, once we get to the point where, there's that ability to stabilize the city, administrative functions, we're just going to be so incredibly fantastically served. And so, I will note that, anything can happen within a year, right? I mean, the vice mayor function is there to make sure that someone is prepared to be mayor in case the mayor is not available for that function. And so, I really, emphasize that. I also emphasize that every single one of us has one vote out of 5. We're all council members. And that's why when I describe myself publicly, in any communicative mechanism, I describe myself as a council member. That is my set of thoughts upon proffering up this nomination for Vice Mayor Chao to continue on as Vice Mayor this year. May I have a second for that nomination? I see Councilmember Willie has his hand raised.
Yes, I want to very happily second Vice Mayor Chao to another term of Vice Mayor for this community. I truly believe that this community has been so well served by Vice Mayor Chao. The number one topic, the number one issue of this community is school. And having a PhD on this city council that is so well versed in all levels of education, and then being on the school board, wow, what she brings to this council is incredible. She is also an incredible co-counsel. I am a better person from the time on this council with the interactions with Vice Mayor Chao. Boy, I can't believe I would ever have been able to rise to this without that. And I never would have guessed I would have been able to do that. So with that, I am so happy to second it. And I sincerely hope she'll stay as Vice Mayor for another year. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Willie. Vice Mayor Chao, do you accept the nomination?
Oh, yes, thank you. It's my honor to serve again as my Vice Mayor, of course. But I do wish that I will have the opportunity to get involved more, be a more hands-on Vice Mayor, and hopefully, and especially under the leadership of Mayor Paul, that there is a lot I could learn from you. And yeah, so I'm accept.
Thank you, Vice Mayor Chao. Okay, I don't see further hands raised at this time. And so, Madam City Clerk, would you please conduct the roll call on this item?
Councilmember Moore,
Aye.
Councilmember Way,
I,
Councilmember Willie,
Aye.
Vice Mayor Chao,
Aye.
Mayor Paul,
Aye.
motion carries unanimously.
Thank you, Madam City Clerk. And so we are on to the oath of office, which will be for the mayor in item 5 and the vice mayor in item 6. Madam City Clerk, would you please conduct the oath of office?
Certainly, Mayor. I'd like to now request that everyone except for the newly elected mayor turn off their cameras and their microphone. Okay, very good, thank you. And Mayor, you may repeat after me. You're familiar with this. I state your name.
I, Darcy Paul,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
against all enemies, foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the United States, and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter
the duties upon which I am about to enter
for the city of Cupertino.
for the fair and great city of Cupertino.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
And now may I request that the newly elected vice mayor turn on your camera for your oath of office. you. I state your name.
I, Liang Chao,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support and defend
to support and defend
the Constitution of the United States
the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of California
and the Constitution of the State of California
against all enemies,
against all enemies,
foreign and domestic,
foreign and domestic,
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
that I will bear true faith and allegiance
to the Constitution of the United States
to the Constitution of the United States
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
and to the Constitution of the State of California,
that I take this obligation freely
that I take this obligation freely
without any mental reservation
without any mental reservation
or purpose of evasion,
or purpose of evasion,
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
and that I will well and faithfully discharge
the duties upon which I am about to enter
the duties upon which I'm about to enter
for the city of Cupertino.
for the city of Cupertino.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Okay, everyone may turn their cameras back on. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Madam City Clerk. And next, we are on to comments by the new mayor and vice mayor. We start on item number 7, which are comments by the vice mayor. Vice Mayor Chao, would you like to provide some comments at the outset of this current term?
I don't have much comment. I'm just looking forward to another year. I think this is a year Cupertino will really heal. We will have a new city manager that there are so many things that we have planned to do these 3 years. I think we, for example, like the 2 study sessions today, there are a lot of great work this council will be able to accomplish together. And I'm looking forward to work with all of the council members and with Mayor Darcy Paul in the next year. Thank you.
Vice Mayor Chao, we're on to item number 8, which are comments by the mayor. You know, I'm going to go ahead and forego comments. I think enough has been stated over the course of the evening. We have a wonderful city, and you know, everyone has my pledge to continue the best efforts to make sure that we continue our excellent tradition. So now we are on to comments by council members and the public. That's item number 9 for council members. Would any member of council like to speak? I see 2 hands raised, one for Council Member Way, followed by Council Member Moore. Council Member Way.
Congratulations to Mayor Paul and Vice Mayor Chao. I want to say that Mayor Paul, I have confidence that under your another year leadership, Cupertino will move forward. And my voting of abstention doesn't diminish your being elected. I'm only saying that Vice Mayor Chao is being elected 4 years, and I really would like her to be a mayor in her first term. But I'm welcoming her another leadership as a vice mayor. So congratulations to both of you. We've worked well together, and I'm pretty sure under both of your leadership, we will move Cupertino forward.
Great, thank you, Councilmember Way. Councilmember Moore.
Hey, congratulations to both Mayor Paul and Vice Mayor Chao. And Mayor Paul, I'm hoping that you can get 32 agenda items done before midnight tonight. And with that, I'm going to be very brief, and that's it. Thank you.
Thank you, Councilmember Moore. All right, well, wait till you see 15-second time limitations to speak. I'm kidding. Councilmember Willie.
Congratulations, Mayor Paul. Congratulations, Vice Mayor Chao. I am so happy to be working with you two in those capacities for the next year. As Vice Mayor Chao said, I think this is we're on a year of healing in Cupertino. We have a lot of things to do, and with your guidance and Vice Mayor Chao's work, we will do those things. I also really look forward to Vice Mayor Chao being in the mayor's chair in just a matter of months. When we start talking about a year, to me, it's 12 months. And so tomorrow, when we wake up, it won't be a year. It'll be 11 months and 29 days and some 20 hours until we'll be doing this process again. And very likely, Vice Mayor Chao will be in that chair. All things at the right time. You know, it just tends to work out that way. Thank you, and let's move on.
Thank you, Councilmember Woolley. And so now we are on to item number 10, comments by the public. I do see 2 hands raised at this point. I do want to note that we do have a couple of our elected officials that are representing us. We have our county supervisor representing Cupertino, Joe Simidian on the line, and we also have the state assembly member representing Cupertino, Evan Lowe. And so in respect of their respective times and public schedules, I'll go ahead and provide Supervisor Simidian as well as Assembly Member Lowe that opportunity. And I do apologize. This is not deliberate in an effort to accede to the requests and the very wise, judgment and guidance to delegate more duties to Vice Mayor Chao. I simply don't have hands raised on my Zoom function. And so Vice Mayor Chao, if you could coordinate the calling after Supervisor Simidian and Assembly Member Lowe, I would appreciate that. I'll go ahead and call on Supervisor Simidian first. Welcome, Supervisor.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor, and I get to say thank you, Mr. Mayor, yet again, apparently. Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Thank you, Vice Mayor Chao and council members. I really just want to tell you how pleasant it is to be able to sit in on this conversation, this meeting, watch the process work its magic, and produce a set of leaders for the year ahead. Some of you will know, but not all of you have any reason to know. My family's first home was in Cupertino, just a few blocks away from City Hall on Blaney Avenue long ago. And so Cupertino has a special place in my heart as the place where I have some really wonderful childhood memories. And it just never ceases to amaze me how much good work we can do if we do it collaboratively, if we do it together. I'm looking at Mayor Paul and all of you really, but Darcy and I spent a lot of quality time this year with the VTA trying to make sure that public funds were used in a way that provided benefit to all of our 15 cities and towns. We've worked together on parks matters, obviously on healthcare matters this year as well. Just a whole host of issues. So whether it's transportation or healthcare or parks or any other matter, please know that my office and I are always available to meet with any and all of you. And Mr. Mayor, Darcy, I'm going to take the gentle prompt of Councilmember Moore and make sure that you get through that 30-plus item agenda tonight by wishing you all well in the coming year. We did vote just today on new boundaries for our supervisorial districts, and while I could not be an aye vote, I was pleased that Cupertino will continue to be a part of District 5, and I will continue to have the privilege of representing you all. So looking forward to it. Be well, and congratulations all.
Thank you, Supervisor, and well-timed. It's the impeccable timing of a really intelligent and experienced public official. And on that note, we have Assembly Member Evan Lowe. Welcome, Assembly Member Lowe. It's wonderful to have you here. Okay, I thought we did. So Assembly Member Lowe? Or the...
He unmuted and then muted again.
Okay.
See, I cannot unmute him.
Okay, I'll push
Oh,
the...
now it's a mute.
Okay.
Hi, I'm so sorry. This is Victoria from the Office of Assembly Member Evan Lowe. I did not notice that I was labeled as such, but on behalf of our office, congratulations to Mayor Paul and congratulations to Vice Mayor Chao.
Well, thank you very much, Victoria.
Thank you.
You're welcome. And so let me see if I can provide you.
Can you see the rest of the attendees? I can see them.
I cannot see who has their hand raised. And so if
Okay,
someone,
I have Jenny Griffin next, and then Lisa Warren, and then Rick Kitson, and then another Rick Kitson.
okay, got it. Okay. Okay, so instead of transferring the host rights, I guess I'll go ahead. Those happen to be the top 4 on my screen as well. They just don't have a hand raised. Okay. Welcome, Jennifer Griffin.
Uh, Congratulations, Mayor Darcy and Vice Mayor Chao. You guys, I love the term the team. It sounds like the royal family, but the firm. You guys, all of the city council members, the staff, everyone has just done a wonderful job. Congratulations on the new mayor and the new vice mayor and our existing city council members. Good luck in the next year. I think you guys and the staff, you guys are just like the firm, the royal family. You got we're plugging ahead, and I'm really happy to have you all on board as a team for the coming year. Congratulations and best luck in the new year. Thank you.
Thank you, Jennifer. And fortunately, my technical issue is resolved, and so I'll go ahead and call on Lisa Warren next, followed by Rick Kitson, followed by Claire Verezio. Welcome, Lisa.
Hi, thanks. So it wouldn't be right for me not to talk since I talk so many of these meetings. It is a little unusual to say hi and bye to the same two, but I'm very happy at the result and for all the reasons that were brought up by most of you this evening. So congratulations, carry on. We can't skip a beat. We got it. I bet Chris is happy to have the same crew to work with, and I think it's a huge benefit for our incoming city manager, and good luck. I'll talk again. Bye.
Thank you, Lisa. Our next speaker is Rick Kitson. Welcome, Rick.
Hello, Honorable Mayor and Vice Mayor and council members. This is the real Rick Kitson. The other Rick Kitson would be our Chamber President, Sean Panchal. I shared my link with him, so I put myself in the same category as Victoria there. So I apologize for that confusion, but congratulations to Mayor Paul. You have phenomenal experience, commitment, and intelligence that you bring to all of our challenges. You've spent the last year guiding our community very wisely through some exceptionally difficult times, and we look forward on behalf of the Chamber of Commerce of having you at many new business openings as our community recovers and again begins to thrive and be the amazing and remarkable and really exceptional small town that really is the jewel in Silicon Valley. Congratulations for your past year of exceptional service, and we look forward to working with you to help our community begin to thrive once again as we come out of this. Vice Mayor Chao, thank you for your service on so many areas, but stepping up once again to be Vice Mayor, and we look forward to you taking on more responsibility and in the 12 months from now, stepping up and helping to guide our community in another coming year. Thanks again to both of you for your exceptional service. And please, that other Rick Kitson, that's not me, that's our president. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Rick. And finally, we have Claire Verezio. Welcome, Claire, our community librarian.
Thank you, Mayor Paul. Good evening, council and city staff. Claire Varesio, community librarian for Cupertino Library. And on behalf of the library and Santa Clara County Library District, I congratulate our newly appointed mayor and vice mayor. We look forward to working with them both in 2022, particularly as we conclude construction on our library expansion project, opening these exciting new community spaces to our library patrons in just a few months. Mayor Paul has been a fantastic champion of this effort, but we've greatly appreciated the support of this project by all members of our council. We hope to see all of you at our ribbon cutting ceremony in a few months and at our library in 2022. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Claire.